What's up, my millennial and Gen X sports fans? Welcome to Nice TV, where the sports and the business behind it meets. So let's talk about it. 13,000 flags thrown, all right? And guess what? A secret study shows that the NFL is rigged for the Chiefs, all right? One undeniable conclusion: the Kansas City Chiefs have been bailed out more than any other team in NFL history. Now, this story we're talking about was done by a university in Texas, in El Paso, matter of fact, okay? They showed that the numbers are more than just lopsided, all right? They're showing that they've made the dealer blush by making the deck stacked against other teams. All right. If you've ever screamed that the league secretly wants Patrick Mahomes to win another title, you're going to want to stick around and watch this one, because we're not going to talk about gut feelings here. I'm going to talk about hard receipts. I'm going to talk about the study that was done. You know, I'm going to give it to you straight. No chaser, nice and smooth. So let's get into it, family. All right, it's a study that nobody wants to publish. All right, let's be real. But the research is painstakingly obvious that there has been more penalties through 2005 through the current season for the Chiefs, right? We're talking about pass interference, we're talking about roughing the passer, we're talking about defensive holding. What they found, the Chiefs have drew more critical whistles on their opponents at a staggering 42% above the league average. Think about it. Even the New England Patriots, when they had Tom Brady, never cracked 15%, but we're at 42% with the Chiefs. All right. So the statistics ran a mind-boggling 10,000 simulations, proving that not just natural randomness can't replicate what's been happening to the Chiefs. In layman's terms, that means that the odds of what's happening are not pure accident. All right. These things are happening with intention. And to help those that are in Vegas as well, my friends. All right. So let's talk about the Patrick Mahomes protection plan. All right. Let's be real. Roughing the passing flags are basically a free first down plus 15 yards. And when the game's critical, that's huge, right? Patrick Mahomes has been granted 26 of these since 2018. The next highest quarterback in NFL history, guess, you tell me. You tell me. He's back at 16. That's a huge gap. All right. There's drivers here. The stats do not lie. Kansas City found itself in 72 critical third or fourth down situations in one score playoff games since 2019. I want you to guess how many times opponents were whistled for defensive holding. A whopping 18 of them. That's 25%. The rest of the league combined, they sit at 9%. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let's talk the business behind this yellow tape and these yellow flags, right? The NFL broadcast, they make billions of dollars, over $100 billion a year. It's simple economics. The more they market the postseason storyline, the more advertisers are willing to pay. All right, case in point, let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift. Let's look at how many people started to watch. We're talking about 2 million teenagers started to view last season's games because of Taylor Swift. This study also shows that jersey sales spiked tremendously during playoff runs. All right, so we're talking about money right there. Our officials, they're not paid directly, right, by the league, right? But their 401k plans, right? Their bonuses and things are tied to these things. So it's not exactly corruption, right? It's incentive alignment. Wink, wink. Now, You know I'm a Detroit fan if you've been watching my channel. And all Detroit Lions fans, if you're watching, if you're not subscribed, hey, shame on you. You should be watching, all right? But case in point, this last week, penalties were flying all over the place. Jared Goff hits a tight window touchdown. Beautiful play, I must say. Offensive huddles, and what feels like an eternity over 4 minutes, right? A flag was thrown on the field. It was created after the snap. Next drive, Kelsey drops a ball, it traps a ball against the turf. You remember that play, right? It looks like an incompletion. However, it's ruled a completion. And then what happens? The Lions can't challenge because the Chiefs hurry to the line, preventing a crucial review, right? Crazy stuff. Detroit finished with 4 penalties for 45 yards. The Chiefs, a pristine 0 penalties, 0 yards. Insane. The study has flagged 10 games since 2022 where the Kansas City Chiefs finished with 0 or 1 flag in playoff weeks. That's very close to being clean. This is really unheard of, a mind-boggling one, right? If you're calling all of these flags, it's not coincidence. It's not coincidence. They're not calling anything on the Chiefs, right? So, hey, I want to hear from you guys. Smash the like button. Make sure you guys comment if you feel that your team has been shafted by the Chiefs, right? I want to see where the fan base is at and where the real fans are at, all right? So, hey, this study was not random, all right? It was done. It took some time, all right? I looked through some of the study, and out of 13,000 penalties, it tells a clear story. The NFL isn't necessarily fixing every single snap. No, they're not. But they're absolutely tilting the table towards the team that prints the most money. And the Kansas City Chiefs undeniably have the most money, and they have talent. And talent plus an extra 42% whistle cushion. Hey, you're smoking, my friends, right to the Super Bowl. But my friends, we've watched this dynasty form. It seems a bit rigged. If you guys want more breakdowns like this that cut through the noise, all right, make sure you subscribe. Watch one of these videos. Come chill with your cousin Nice, all right? I got some hot new videos coming for you coming up, so I want you guys to see that. Also, I'm taking a tour of stadiums, all right? So make sure you look out for my next video so you can see what stadium I'll be at next, all right? Till the next time, family. Peace.